Greetings, peace. What's going on, sentient beings? It is Prosperity Priestess, and apparently, it's video time. Alright, my voice sounds like this because it's like 1, 2, what time is it? It's 3 in the morning. I debated whether I was going to make this video or not, alright? Because originally I intended to make this video yesterday in the evening after I got home from work, because I communicated about various things that are occurring in my life and how I've handled it, like various topics. This one has to do with a battle, a couple different battles. Because I want you, because I share aspects of my life and how I deal with it, as well as the astrological alignment. Show you this astrology is real, like in real time. So let me slow down. But I don't prefer drama, tension, arguing, debate. I don't like it. I like peace and harmony, but what happens is we are living life, right? And gratitude, confirmation. People be out here peopling. Whether it is individual or organization. Because I notice a lot of times it's like I got these clashes with organizations where I'm put in a position where, like their intention is to treat me any type of way. And I'm like, oh no, we're not having that. You're going to do right by me. So I had to stick up for myself. And then I win. At that time, I had to represent myself in court. And housing authority ended up withdrawing their petition. Like, oh no, let's not even do this. I don't know why we're here. Because, when I come with my paperworks, it's like, oh, wait a second. She's organized. She's on point. She's communicating efficiently. She's not catching the attitude. Confirmation, computer went black. And she's going to reveal that we are out here not doing the right thing, that we're not operating integrity, and that we're attacking individuals as this corporate entity that is here to help the people. So I also recognize that, like, everybody doesn't necessarily have the skill set or the knowledge or the wherewithal to be able to defend themselves, which is why these individuals or corporations even choose to do this, besides the fact that they're filthy. Today, right now, 3 in the morning, 3:11, it is 12:12. That's gotta mean something. You already know. And the moon is in Virgo. Dot the I's, cross the T's. I was like, oh, I have to make a video. Talking about what happened on Thursday. So that's why I was gonna do it when I got out of work. But I had to life is life. I'm interacting with my child, helping her work through her emotions. That might be a different video. I don't know. I might end up communicating it here. But she's telling me about things she's learning in school. Like, excuse me, you learned what? You learned what in health class? You learned how to make lean. Then she comes on the next day. Guess what I learned today, Mom? I learned what methods. I said, yo, you gotta be kidding me. This is what you're doing? Well, Mom, it's for awareness. I said, no, it's for programming. You know, you're being introduced to these things, just like back in the day we had the DARE program where they introduced us to drugs. I say, did you learn how to eliminate the common cold or the flu in health class? Yes. Oh, you did? How? I forgot. But you didn't just forget how to make methamphetamine. You literally just gave me a list of the ingredients. Oh, well, we learned about the dangers and people get meth bites. What she say? Oh, meth mites. Yo, that's crazy. Because that's what you need to know in 7th grade. Whew. Anyways, bottom of the deck. 10 of Cups. You know what I'm saying? Whew, that's that complete picture. The home, the family, all coming together. The white picket fence scenario. That's like the ideal version, the goal, right? In some people's story. And even that, sometimes I'm like, oh, yay, I know what's coming. I feel it. And I do. And then sometimes I get frustrated, like, I don't even care. I don't even want that. They better not want another baby. Yo. And I'm like, no, that's just the hurt part of you talking. And you're just frustrated. There are things that I do want and experience. And I'll put it to you like this. Anything easy won't last. And anything worthwhile won't be easy. Yeah. So, but yeah, so 10 is when the man and the woman, the 1 and the 0, come together. Happy home. It's the emotions. It's gratitude, joyful. I love this deck. It's my Santa Maria deck. Afro-Brazilian, a channel for the beneficial forces of an ancient magic. The divinities of Afro-Brazilian Santeria tie with the immortal archetypes of the tarot. Yeah, I love this one. Oh, that's literally the 10 of Cups right there. Family, the people who love you for being who you are. And that's another thing. I'm like, no, you had to communicate these things. This is who you are. You already know I'm a Virgo sun. I'm always talking about that. I'm a Virgo. I was stellium in Virgo. Why am I saying this? Because the moon is in Virgo right now. Oh, I did mention that. And it was in Virgo right now, Friday, until I looked it up online, until 4 p.m. It was in Virgo yesterday on Thursday, and it was in Virgo the day before that on Wednesday. And I did make a video on both of those days. And uploaded it. So today's video I wanted to name Clock and Tea and Lean. I said, no, she did not tell me. All you have to do is mix cough syrup with soda. I said, yo. I said, now all that does is make a child know that, so that they mess around and be upset, catch an attitude at their parents, and now they want to go experiment. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Because I'm just trying to reach for the paperwork here so I can read to you. And we see the 4 Wands card, which did come out yesterday in a reading. Let me stop acting like I don't like it. I do like it, and I do feel it, and that's definitely the Magician card. Oh, it's the last card too? That's definitely the Magician card. These are all the elements. Magician is Virgo energy for sure, because it's Mercury. It's Mercurial. Crown chakra. Wow. Not the 10 of Cups. With the 4 of Wands and the Mercury. And I see that's the Hierophant right there. That's the V, number 5, Major Arcana. The Hierophant came out yesterday as well. And I was like, oh, that's the mate to the High Priestess. Oh, he's gonna find me. He is. Yo! Whoever he is, but and it'll feel right. It'll be lovely and flowy. It is. It's already occurring. You know what else came out yesterday? The 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. And I keep thinking about that. Like, oh, see? That was I spoke on it briefly, but I moved quickly, briefly, just kind of moved over, and I was like, oh, not the betrayal card and the illusion card. Nah, not betrayal. I said the backstabber card. Backstabbers, whole time they want to take your place. Not that. With the Seven of Cups, the illusion. So the Seven of Swords is somebody trying to like steal from you or see. Because I be knowing. And my seventh house is Aquarius. Wait till you hear the story. There's an Aquarius operating right now, working for a corporation, trying to take from me, trying to lie, trying to deceive me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not on point. That's okay. Emails will be sent. I don't play these games. Like I said, I don't start fights. I finish them. That's a fact. That's a fact. And it's always like that. Like, I just want to chill, man. I just want to cook good food, make my channel raps, do tarot readings, balance my chakras. Can y'all up out my face while I do that? But anyways, like I tell my daughter, challenges are an opportunity to be better. Plus, you have to let people know, like, I'm not the one. Like, you run them little games with other people. I guess this is what you're doing. You're taking money out of people who are in a less fortunate position than you financially or job-wise or in their life. Like, I'm literally in the domestic violence program. You saw me when I first came to the shelter 3-4 years ago. At this point, it was like 4 years ago. Just to circle back around 3 years later, and then be in the full program, then work my way up. You see who I am. You know my character. You know how I operate. Nobody didn't never have to come and tell me, make your bed, or what are your plans for the day. I was already gone before they got to work handling my business. Every day. It's all good. As I should. Like regular people do. Like, you work with people who most of your clients don't necessarily want to get their life together. That's not my issue at all. Damn. And sometimes, again, some people don't have the wherewithal, or that's not what their focus is. They don't care to fix something. Well, I do. You're not going to steal from me. You're definitely not going to do that. But it's interesting because I watched a Jupiter James short. He does astrology. He's an astrologer. And he was like, yo, your seventh house, that's your secret hater. That's an Aquarius energy for me. And when I found out, I was like, word to me, I already know Aquarius is like every Aquarius. Both of my brothers are married to Aquariuses. And it started out cool or whatever. And they can't stand me. And I'm like, I thought it was because, Aquariuses are super smart. Aquarius and Virgo, like, there's always going to be a connection because Virgo's ruled by Mercury, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So that Uranus energy, that's a higher octave of Mercury. It's like, I look at them like, oh, that's the big auntie energy. I'm the little niece trying to learn from them. They get them uploads, they be knowing. That's the sign of Aquarius, to know. Virgos analyze, so we know as well. We can put them dots together, put the puzzle pieces, connect the dots, all that. It's a mutable energy. One is earth, one is air. Virgo's mutable earth. Aquarius is fixed to air. And then even like the Hermit card is holding the lantern. That same star is the star energy from the star. The Hermit card is a Virgo card. And major arcana is number 9. And the Hermit's usually holding the light. The Hermit's usually someplace by themselves in solitude where they want to be, not asking nobody for help because they don't need it. Minding their business, doing their life work, enjoying peace, being able to hear their thoughts, not liking ignorance. And people seek them out. We are the sage. So when you need answers to a question, you go find a Virgo. Bet that. Every Virgo in your friend group, if you have a Virgo, that's the one you're always asking questions to or for advice. Or can you break this down? Yeah, we can break it down for you for sure. Uh, like I said, I know that energy. That is me. And that's the Magician card. It's ruled by Mercury. Virgo's ruled by Mercury. Just like this Magician card. When I think about the Magician card, I say Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius. Virgo, Pisces is the same axis, and they're both mutable signs, and you know Pisces are magical AF. Aquarius is, they be knowing. Their spark of divinity is like, where did that come from? How? They're natural alchemists as well. So, anyways, like I was saying, that star that's in the light that's in the solitude card and the hermit card that's in the lantern, that's the same light or star that you'll see in the star card, Major Arcana 17, which is Aquarius energy. But yeah, as a Leo rising, apparently Aquariuses, they don't like me, and I thought it was because Aquariuses are super smart, and then they're probably not used to interacting with somebody who's also just as smart, if not more, or whatever. Like, our intelligences come from different ways. Like, it's not osmosis with me. I don't put books under the pillow and, and just absorb it. I don't know. I think of Aquarius like a so super cool telekinesis. Because remember, air sign, right? So that's mental. And then transporting, telekinesis, moving things without touching it, that's moving things with the mind. And Uranus is quick, lightning, upload, zap, zoop, zoop, zoop. Being able to affect something without touching it. Very mental play. Ace of Swords energy. So, whereas a Virgo comes from reading, studying, being in them books, being with these plants and the herbs, and learning as you go and growing, experiencing it. So, I do live that, and it keeps revealing itself every time I interact with Aquariuses. The computer just went black. Confirmation. They do things to try to like undermine me, like sabotage. And if somebody ever tries to sabotage you, they're already admitting their inferiority. It's like if you want to race somebody, if you know you're going to win that race, you're just going to race, right? And you're not going to be a hater. You're going to run and do your greatest and you're going to win. But if you feel like you're going to lose to someone, that's when, for certain individuals, they start to think that, oh, what sabotage? What can I do to hurt someone else or trip them or mess them up? Because in their mind, they see themselves as losing and they don't want to. Clock at. So any type of sabotage, they're already subconsciously admitting their inferiority. Let me get back to these cards, though. I read to you the Magician energy. Babalo, priest of the divinatory cult of Ifa. So this is why I have to communicate these things. Like, my Mercury is conjunct the South Node. I've been talking. I get these messages out. It's very natural. I'm familiar with it. And I have knowledge to say. My North Node is conjunct my Moon. I am here to communicate my feelings and what I know is going on inside. Because I'm not the only person who goes through this. But here's some support and some encouragement. Like, you ain't alone. Going through it too. Keep fighting these battles. You gonna win. Bet that. As a matter of fact, the Nine of Wands card came out in reverse yesterday. That's like the warrior that they've been battling and they're not gonna stop. So many Wands cards came out yesterday. And it's because, well, me, I'm going to say it's as above, so below. We're in Sag season. And there's a plethora of planets in this fire energy. I pulled up the Astro Seek so I can actually see where each planet is and what sign and what degree, instead of being like, I think. No, let's get specific with it. Let's dot the I's and cross the T's. Let's get it right, especially during a Virgo moon. But the sun is at 20 degrees Sagittarius, and the moon is in Virgo. Let's get it. Sagittarius is ninth house energy. Sagittarius is the teacher, whereas Gemini is the student. So you got the teacher energy with the sage energy. You gonna get this work today. Y'all gonna learn today. All right. And I get excited making videos, even though there's an aspect of me that is shy or nervous about communicating to the groups of people or general public, or sometimes just at all. Like, just because I know something doesn't mean I want to speak on it. And that I'm learning to, like, stop running from my calling, or stop, like, I should not be trying to shrink myself or hide myself, and I can't. Like, my son is in the first house. Like, I'm here to shine bright, and I'm learning to do that more and more unapologetically. Ashe. Yes. All right. And, me being myself helps give any person being their authentic self helps give other people permission that they can do the same. Ooh, I hear a quote. Oh, there go the goosebumps. What is your greatest fear? This was in that movie Coach Carter. Yo, goosebumps every time. And then Coach Carter kept asking him, there the wave of goosebumps. What is your greatest fear? What is your greatest fear? And then the young man, he finally revealed the answer. I don't know whose quote it is, but it's beautiful. I'm gonna have to repost that. I gotta go find a clip and repost it. But he was like, our greatest fear is that you're powerful beyond measure. So many waves of goosebumps. So, speaking of magician energy, like, I'm really over here getting emotional. Your greatest fear is that you're powerful beyond measure. So, yeah, I remember when I was a child, I used to be afraid, what if I don't become anything? I was afraid of being a bum. Well, I guess I already had my homelessness stage in life and passed that with flying colors. So it's not something to be ashamed of. Really, it's something to be proud of. Like, listen, this was a challenge that you had in your life, and this is how you handled it. Round of applause. A round of applause. Meanwhile, this was going on, that was going on, and that was going on, and you handled all that. You did not come to play. Prosperity priestess, you really came to slay out here. So, you know me. You know I'm going to big myself up. But it's real talk. And it's like, I'm not looking for no external validation. I'm looking to be content, a state of happiness and satisfaction with myself. I'm looking to be proud of myself. It doesn't matter what anything outside of me says or thinks or believes. It matters what I believe about me. These are concepts that I talk to my daughter about all the time. Like, no, you're not crying over this little boy. I know you're not. You know what? I had to talk to her about that today. She's like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, well, I'm going to talk to you. And, well, it's not even about that. Yes, it is. And I keep telling you over and over, you're not crying over no little boy, not crying over no friend. Listen, if they don't want to interact with you or be friends, male, female, whoever, all right, F it. Keep it moving. Their loss. But I had to teach her and show her. She's like, well, he ghosted me. I said, look here, I just got ghosted. And really, it might kind of look the other way around. It's all a matter of perspective, because I can already see and feel it occurring. And I was removing my energy. I'm not giving the same, like, oh, no, you're trying to get me to respond a certain way. No, I'm not. I'm good. And I had to explain to her, like, I'm happy. I know it's his loss. And he knows too. I enjoyed our experience. And overall, if you're not going to act right, you don't get the benefits of my energy in your life. And that's just how you have to carry it. You don't let people just treat you any type of way, you know? And I'm like, and even when you really start to look at stuff, the way that people treat you, you'll start to discern, like, this ain't even worth my time or energy. I'm like, oh, this man don't care about my feelings. He want me to be his whole counselor, therapist, X, Y, and Z, and telling me how helpful, whatever. But when I talk about my feelings, oh, you're tired, you gotta go to bed. I said, wait a second, this doesn't happen. How many times? Oh, this is a pattern. Oh, this is what you do. Okay. Anyways, I'm good on the narcissistic scenarios, yo. You gotta do your inner healing, bro. It's straight like that. You know, just like, you know, you can consider, so I'm broken and you're broken too. No, don't you ever call me that. I'm not broken at all. I'm not broken. I'm not broken. I am repairing things in my life energetically, but I don't consider myself that way, in that way. Even I might not be the most joyous person at this point in my life, which sometimes it's hard to tell. But no, I don't talk to myself that way. I don't consider myself in that way. And I'm not gonna let you sit there and use your words and say that. You could call yourself whatever, but don't you ever say that about me again. Just so we're clear. And sometimes people don't like it when you stand in your truth, stand on your square, stand in your power. So be it. Ashe. Je suis ce quoi je suis. I told somebody that today. I am that I am. Because he said he spoke French. I was like, oh, je n'ai pas, je n'ai pas français. Wait, je n'ai pas parlé français. I don't speak French. But isn't parler to play? Je n'ai pas en français. So I don't speak French. So he got so excited. And then I was like, pure, petite, little bit, just a little bit. I might be using the wrong adjective. But you get the general idea. And I had to tell him, je suis ce quoi je suis. So what's that? So, well, it's just a Bible scripture scenario thing that I just say it in French. I am that I am. Je suis, I am. The magician. Jesuis. That's how you say I am in French. Je suis, which looks like Jesus. If you caught it, you caught it. I'm gonna just leave that right there. But I am that I am. He was like, what? CEQUE. C'est quoi? That. I am. Je suis c'est quoi je suis. So that's my intellectual property. I need that. I need that on the clothes. I have so many ideas. You know, again, it's Mercury ruled energy today with the moon, and my mind is woo. All right, let me get to this magician card. Babalo, priest of the divinatory cult of Isfa. He cast the opal, necklace of 8 kernels, on the open magic plate in order to find the Odu, which is the path, and determine the future, meaning creativity, like I was just talking about, work, industrious man. That's awesome. In the magician card, you're always going to see all the elements. You're going to see, let's see, he got the shells, that's earth energy. He's got a stick or some sort of wood there, that's fire energy. He's got a chalice there, that's water energy. And this is spirit. And like I said, so that's air energy. So using all the elements. And I told you, crown chakra, Mercury ruled. Yup. Confirmation, screen that went black. Yeah, and you have to use your energy. You got to create your reality. Words manifest. Hecka. Use your power. Yay. Now I'm getting excited when I start getting into the flow of what I'm doing. Because a lot of times I'm like, you know, that Virgo energy, it comes with doubts. I'm like, no, that's a stupid thing to talk about. Don't make the video. Nobody want to hear it. Like, death to doubt and doubters. All right. 10 of Cups. I was already explaining a little bit about that for you. Chalices. Boom. Symbolizes emotion, friendship, and harmony. Of course, the water energy does. 10 of Cups. Yay, success. Yes. You know it. Family, love, alcove, and goodness. It's like, I told you, it's like the white picket fence scenario. It is the whole goal. Nine of Cups is wish fulfilled. Ten of Cups is the white picket fence. Success, family, love, alcove, goodness. Like, and I love this deck. It's very ritualistic. He's out there at the water. Oh, he's wearing orange. Orange symbolizes sacral chakra. So sensual energy. Ooh, is ruled by the moon. Water energy. He's on a yellow mat. Yellow is your solar plexus. Thy will be done. Energy you put forth. He's got his water out there, and it's on wood. Beautiful card. You can see the grass is blowing like the air. So once again, all the elements at play. The wood being fire, the air. You see it, the grass moving. He's the water. He's got the water cups. And then what's the other one? Air, water, earth. Fire is the wood. No. Fire is the wood and earth is the grass. There you go. There you go. Green, heart chakra. Blue, water. Blue, throat chakra. Expression. You know what it is. You know who it is. You know what I do. Prosperity Priestess. All right. What was the next card that we saw? Because that was at the bottom of the deck, right? And then it was the Hierophant. You see the V? That's 5. Major Arcana. Boom. So let's read that. The Hierophant, I told you, is the counterpart of the High Priestess. And it represents, like a corporation, a structure, the entity, the building, like a school, a church, a hospital, a bank. Like it's the entity. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Why might I want to say this is Taurus? Because that's what I want to say. Anyways, I don't know. 5th month is May. But it's definitely, the Hierophant is definitely the counterpart to the High Priestess. The Hierophant, Ozola, Orisha that represents peace and universal love. Wise man, protection, equilibrium. Well, that's what's up. It's like in a school, the principal would be the Hierophant. All right. In the church, the pastor would be the Hierophant energy. It's like the individual representing the entity. Right. Wise man, protection, equilibrium. And in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how these corporations, these individuals working for that are representing the organization, not doing how they supposed to do. So it's like the Pope touching on people. That would be a Hierophant, not people, children. That would be maybe the Hierophant in reverse with some other cards appearing. But I'm just trying to give you a general understanding of the Hierophant archetype. The principal, the principal of the school, the doctor of the hospital, the teller at the bank, or the CEO of the bank kind of concept. What else came out? 4 of Wands. That's the marriage card. So the marriage card coming out yesterday and today. Hierophant coming out yesterday and today. Oh, and then which also symbolizes relationships and marriage, especially them coming out together, the 4 of Wands and the Hierophant, because the Hierophant would symbolize a church or some sort of authority figure in that area, that realm of sacred connection, the ceremony, the place where people do it at. 4 Wands is the marriage card. We know that. It's also 1111. It's 4 Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4. I call 1111 walking through gateways of abundance. Wands, fire, symbolizes life, action, body. 4 Wands, companionship, aww, marriage, peace, serenity, good friendships. That's a good look right there. And you see it's like a beautiful celebration. I see all these different flags in the background. I see pictures in the background, maybe ancestors. This looks like the Hierophant. You see that, how he's holding that up? That looks just like the Hierophant. I told you, that's the same character there. I just read the cards. I'm just a priestess practicing. I get so many channel raps I gotta get out and remake videos. Yes, I was watching some of them. I showed someone today. Ah. All right. So those are the cards that just happen to be revealing themselves right quick. And I just wanted to share that part with you before I go into the rest of the story. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of fire energy going on right now. The sun's at 20 degrees Sag. The moon is in Virgo. Mercury is at 0 degrees Sag right now. So that means it just came out of Scorpio. Mercury, your mind. Mercury, the power, the planet of commerce and communication. That's why Mercury's got the little moon glyph right on top of it, of his head. It's in its crown chakra. When you look at your chakras, Mercury rules the crown. Venus rules our throat chakra, expression. Even though Venus energy has to do with magnetism, pulling in. Venus is at 14 degrees in Sagittarius. Mars, action. Venus, feminine. Mars, masculine. Venus, magnetize. Mars, project. All right. Mars is at 27 degrees Sagittarius. So Sun, Moon, Sun, Venus, and Mars are all in Sagittarius. Dynamic energy. They're all in that fire energy. Let me see. So the sun was at 20 degrees. So Mars is 7 degrees away, one direction. And Venus is at 14 degrees. And Venus is at 6 degrees away from the sun in a different direction. So they are basically, the sun is conjunct Venus right now. The sun is also conjunct Mars. I don't know if conjunctions go with 5 degrees or up to 10 degrees. But Mars is 7 degrees from the sun one way, and Venus is 6 degrees away from the sun another way. So their energies are all working together. So it's why it's dynamic. It's all the push and the pull is all operating in the same energy as, what it's all centered around, the sun, and how things are shining. What else was in a fire energy? Oh, Chiron is in Aries at 22 degrees. So it's trining the sun. Chiron, the wounded healer. Oh, and it's in retrograde. So different wounds is also being highlighted. It is definitely trining the sun and those planets, Venus and Mars. Chiron is the healer that can heal everybody but itself. So, this makes me think about different personal issues arising that have to be dealt with. Like I'm talking about. You might be able to help other people. Okay, but now it's coming to you individually, and what are you going to do about it? It's a very fiery energy and time right now. Good thing that Earth Moon is grounding us, y'all. It's about to get crazy when the moon goes into Scorpio. Anyways, because those are always intense. And then it's going to go into Sag. It's going to be a new moon. And it's going to be the last new moon of the year. Woo! Woo! But by that time, I'm not sure, but maybe Mars will be out of the fire energy. I'm not sure. Might be in that grounded Capricorn energy by then. What's in the water signs? Jupiter is at 23 degrees Cancer. It's retrograde. Saturn is at 25 degrees Pisces. So, they're trying 23 and 25 degrees. Saturn's in Pisces. Jupiter's in Cancer. North Node's in Pisces. It's at 13 degrees. It's also retrograde. And Lilith is in Scorpio. I didn't realize that. And it's at 29 degrees. So it's also still trying those energies. That's 6 degrees away from the Jupiter and 4 degrees away from the Pisces. Jupiter is expansion, higher knowledge, joyous, jovial energy. I call it the grandma. Saturn is boundaries, restriction, time. I call it the grandpa. pardon me, Jupiter I call it a grandma, and Saturn I call it a grandpa. So again, with that push and pull scenario. And then the North Node, your life path, that's also in a water sign. Pisces, it's not close, like aspecting Saturn in Pisces at 25 degrees, because the North Node's at 13 degrees Pisces, and it's in retrograde. But this Lilith is in Scorpio, it's at 29 degrees. Lilith is the rebel. Lilith is representing liberation. So emotionally, we might feel a pull to communicate. You might feel a pull to communicate. You might feel emotionally, might feel like wanting to rebel, or things may be happening of that nature. And it could be expansive, but we want to expand, but at the same time, there's some sort of restriction. Because like I said, the Jupiter and the Saturn. So that's interesting. Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces, Lilith in Scorpio. Woo! So they're all trying each other. Water trine. Heavy hitters. Lot of waves. And a lot of fire as well. Like, sheesh. Let me see. What are these two cards? Nine of Swords. And then the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is in reverse. Thank goodness. Nine of Swords. So, as I'm shuffling, and this is what I want to reveal itself, and that's what it feels like. It feels like inner conflict. She's in agony with the Ten of Swords card. It was in reverse, so it's like there are solutions to be able to deal with it. The Nine of Swords typically represent, that's that nightmare card. Traditionally is somebody sitting upright in the bed, and swords is mind, mental. So with all this emotional stuff happening and all this fiery energy around us, it is affecting us mentally. Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords came out, like, damn. Perhaps that's what it's feeling like for people right about now. I'm going to read to you, but Nine of Swords is usually like a personal affliction, a mental hardship. 9 is a Mars number. 10 I always call it Pluto. So for it to Ten of Swords to be in reverse is like it coming to an end or it coming to a head. We're going to deal with it though. You know? And that makes me think about me right now at 3 a.m. up making a video talking about people playing games. Swords symbolizes sky, thought. 9, apprehension, mourning, crisis, pain, separation. I was hesitating to make the video. Apprehension, mourning, crisis, pain, separation. But it's like these personal, internal inflictions. 10 of Swords, grief, affliction, sorrow, suffering, despair. It gets even worse. But it is in reverse. So we got to take action. It's all this fire energy. You got to take action to come up out of that. But you definitely feel it emotionally swelling up inside. And it's like, what do I do? How do I deal with it? Right. Like emotionally, I feel y'all playing with me. It is making me fiery. And sometimes you need that fire under you to act. But you don't let anybody just walk over you. And that's why I figured out my solution. Because I had I'm going to read it to y'all. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to read to you because it's more than one individual, but they work together. They be in the office together. One's with this program, one's with that program. Either which way, you know you're coming at me. You know you're wrong. And you know you're going to lose. Look. I got it right here. He was like, Prosperity Priestess. But she didn't type that. She typed my name. I have called the realtor back to see about if you were accepted. There was no answer. I'm assuming you wasn't. Excuse me? I'm assuming you wasn't accepted since I haven't heard back from her. This address is still available, trying to get me to move someplace I do not want to move, and I already told you that. Every apartment you suggested to me is trash. Every location. Like, why would you try to send somebody, because they're not really trying to help? They're just under the guise of helping. But anyways, on your website, it says I get to pick where I want to go. I'm the one that's paying for it. You're trying to get your little apartments filled where you're making deals or partnerships with other people. I don't know what kind of kickback you're getting. I don't know what you're doing on the side, but that's not benefiting me. And I already have vocalized that. Why you keep pushing for that? Like, I went to go visit a property that I wanted to see. She was like, I want to come along. And I'm not talking about the Aquarius right now. I'm talking about the Aquarius, the other one. One works in temporary housing, one works in permanent housing. They're like, well, you got to get out of temporary housing, and now it's time to get in permanent housing. Oh, that's cool, but you think you about to just move me anywhere? No, this is an extremely important position. I'm not doing that. I said no. No, I'm not moving to on the corner of Floral and Main Street, a block away from the liquor store, directly across from the mini mart. Like, that's right next to the car lot. The whole environment, down the drain. You're kidding, right? Like, you're trying to find some type of cheap place. Listen, I've been here 11 months. I moved in, there was a hole in the door. Uh, I haven't had a working kitchen light since I got here. And it's a simple thing to fix a light bulb. You're trying to get me to move into this guy's property? I'm not doing that. I'm not paying that guy. Nah, you're wilding. And they want to make it seem like they're doing something. You're not doing a damn thing for me. I'm doing it for myself. You're not paying for it. That's me. I don't, even if it is my DSS money while I didn't have a job, DSS is paying for it, nothing is coming out of your pocket. That's all me and my name in the story. And I'm the one who has to live there, whether there's heat there or not. All of that. What, the spiders, bed bugs? Well, there's no bed bugs here. There are spiders. But I'm just saying, like, the place they're trying to get me to go got bed bugs. So, like, nah, yo, chill. I'm not doing that. Everybody knows that's a horrible building. Why are you pushing so hard for that? Why you keep bringing it up? But yeah, while we were visiting a property that I liked and I saw and it fits the requirements or whatever, she wants to tag along. And even while we were there, she's going to try to mention this other trashy spot. Like, yo, stop it. You tried to do the one across from the car lot or across from the mini mart store. Then you told me, I was like, nah, that don't work for me. She's like, well, we have something on North Street. I said, what? That's even worse. How the fuck? No, not moving to North Street. No, I'm not moving a block away from North. Now she's trying to get me to move someplace a block away from North Street. No, I'm not doing that neither. What? Talking about I would live there. No, you wouldn't. Cut it out. And then it's crazy because I think I saw their job online the other day. I said, they're out here making 50K? You're making 50K sitting behind the desk, making phone calls, and supposed to be helping people, and you're trying to take from them or set them up for failure? And they're paying you 50K? Any which way, I'm not the one. So anyways, I had to text back. And I waited. I specifically waited till the end of the day because I already know what she was gonna do. She's gonna set that little message like, "Oh, I'm not available till tomorrow. I'm out the office." Good, because I don't want to communicate with you. Anyways, I waited till the end of the day. You reminded me again that the apartment is available while we were viewing the one that I wanted to go to. So I basically put the addresses in there. Thank you for making me aware yet another time. I'm sure you'll be able to find a temporary housing tenant that actually wants to move into that property. As previously discussed, I'm not interested in moving into any properties close to North Street. And rather than assume I'm not accepted, I'll be patient and wait to see what the realtor communicates with me. Also, I am still continuing my search for apartments within the HUD guidelines that suit my preferences. I do appreciate your consistent effort to get The landlord, and I put his name in there specifically, the landlord's property rented out. However, because it is not in the best interest of my family at this point, I'm asking you to no longer suggest nor push for me to move to that location. Thank you for understanding. Because I got to clock that T. In corporate verbiage. And it's okay. We've all been there. I mean, I guess, and you got to stand up for yourself because these people will try to keep bullying you. So then, and she read the text, and then like 4 minutes later, gonna send like it's like an automated message. Like, no, it's not. I know you read it, because if it was an automated message, it would have came directly after. It was like 4 minutes later, and it was like, oh, I'm not available, and until my office hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 3:30, blah 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 blah. Oh, by the way, I'll be out the office from the 12th to the 25th. Or from the 15th to the 25th. Word. And you get 10 days out the office. You don't work weekends. People be hating. I tell you. And you can see their traumas and dramas. Like, Virgo's about health. When people have emotional, you know how it goes. We all have emotional traumas and dramas. Some people take it out on food. Some people take it out on drugs. Some people take it out on abusing themselves or others. Those are pretty much the patterns in the cycle. So just me being kind and kindly communicate. We can see you have emotional baggage, traumas, dramas that you haven't dealt with. And it reveals itself in the form of your weight. Clock it. Why are you mad? You mad that I'm older than you but look younger? I'm energetic. I'm skinny. You're mad that you would never talk to me like this in public, in a grocery store, like just woman to woman. There ain't no way. That's the other part that be bothering me. But it's crazy because the Aquarius and the one I just read to you about, they work in the same office. They're on the same team, just in different programs or departments or whatever. And both of them, like I said, you can see physically that they got emotional things to deal with. Which is not a bad thing. It's just, why are you out here trying to hurt or attack people or bully people? And that's what people do. When they know they can't beat you as an individual, they get together and they try to scheme together. So then right after that, the other one gonna send me a text. Like 5-10 minutes later, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Since you're not gonna move into that apartment, it looks like you're gonna have to pay rent here. Boom, I already know that. And that's not a problem. But what is the problem is the amount that you're trying to say. How all of a sudden you try to change my rent by like $1.50? What are you talking about? So now I gotta take pictures of the documents that show what my rent is and has been. 3 of Wands, ships coming in, what my rent is and has been, the shelter payments that have been paid on my behalf in my name that y'all get every month until I started working. That's how much my rent is. That's what I signed on the lease. What's this figure? You don't get to just make up an amount. You're playing with the wrong one. 3 of Wands, fire, symbolizes life, action, body. First of all, it's making me think the Sun, Venus, and Mars are all in a fire sign. 3 of Wands, undertaking, I am. Optimism, success. Oh yes, I love this card. Undertaking, optimism, success, achievements, success. There's success twice. In the 10 of Cups card, it says success, and I forgot. Yes, come on, yo. I know they never let me down. It's true to me. One thing I know, one thing I found. I know they never let me down. Look. Sometime during that texting, or it was actually prior to all that, I didn't realize I had a text that was on the other phone. The realtor sent me a text like, yo, you didn't send me I didn't have a copy of your ID. Can you send me that? I'm like, yeah, right away. Sent her the copy of my ID. There's no reason for her to be saying that if she's not already considering, You know what it is. Success, success, success. This card has success in it twice. The Ten of Cups has success in it. That was the first card to reveal itself. It is the home. And I told y'all I did that ritual work to Hestia. I got my altar set up right now. And I put food on it last night. I told you, prosperity priestess, you know what it is. You know who it is. You know what I do. And this is why I communicate and show, like, just because you see somebody winning, that don't mean they didn't have a battle. That don't mean they didn't have hurdles. That didn't mean that they didn't have to stand up for themselves, because you better believe that's all part of it. But don't worry, ships coming in. More wand energy, more fire, sun, moon, Venus, Mars, what I'm projecting, what I'm magnetizing. I'm just winning out here. And I'm going to keep doing that. And gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Always and always. That concludes this video. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Yo, the realtor asked me for my ID today. It's on and popping. What's that mean? I'm going to get the spot that I want. In your face, haters. So don't ever let a hater or doubter or none of that stop you or try to pull you down, any of that. It doesn't matter what they say. What matters is your energy that you're projecting and that you're putting out, your frequency that you're resonating at, what you're magnetizing for yourself, what you're be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. What you anything achieve was sort of mentally conceived. What's your vision? What's your plan? What do you want? There are other people that are gonna feel different. That doesn't matter. What matters is you being you. Je suis ce quoi je suis. I am that I am. Remember to always ask ancestors and to surely seek spirit.